Hi, Bella. What are you up to there?
Hi, Roger. I am here today in my kitchen to show you one of my all-time favorite recipes.
Okay, so what are the ingredients?
Today, we're going to be making a sprouted quinoa bone broth and miso butter on top.
Wow. Okay, so you've got sprouted quinoa, and when you sprout something, nature's just amazing. It just transmutes into, the second most nutrient dense food on the planet. The sprouts. You got miso, which I've always called the samurai food. You want to toughen up, then start having some miso, and of course, miso
Definitely.
breaks. It's fermented soy that's broken down into all the amino acids and enzymes. You've got bone broth, which in my opinion just about cures everything, and raw butter. So you've got all of that coming together. That sounds amazing. So what
Yeah, and not to mention, we're doing kombu too. So it's overall a just gut health in general.
Wow. And of course, kombu is, like your immune system needs, dozens and dozens of trace minerals, and that's supplied beautifully by the sea vegetables.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, it's my
how do you
favorite
pull
thing.
all this together?
So we're going to be putting in some sprouted quinoa today. You can sprout it yourself or you can buy some at home. They are readily available at health food stores. So we're doing pre-sprouted today. Some organic beef bone broth, and you're more than welcome to use chicken or whatever you have if you want to make some as well. And then we're doing a mellow white miso today.
Okay. So there's different types of miso. There's like hacho, which is really intense and fermented for like over 3 years. Like you, I highly recommend the white miso for folks getting started with this. It's lighter, it's sweeter, and a little bit more diverse for these kind of preparations. Yeah.
Exactly. You can kind of use it in everything when you want to play around with the miso. We are also using some raw butter today here, which can be a little bit difficult to find, but if you are in a state that has it's legal, that you can find it at your local health food store.
Yeah, it's getting more and more available as the grassroots movement around real food is developing, and now you can get things like raw milk and raw butter. And of course, that's one of our traditional foods and traditional sources of high quality fats. And of course, you've got all the enzymes there to help to digest it. How do you put all this together?
Yes, so first we're going to be making the sprouted bone broth quinoa. We are going to make the miso butter separately. Just as you said, all the digestive enzymes are alive, so we don't want to heat the butter up too much. So we're just going to add it in slowly heat it up and add it in at the end.
Same with the miso. You want to keep that kind of live action there.
Yes.
So you start off with what, the bone broth?
Yes. So what you can do is you can make this bone broth, store it in your fridge, and then when you're ready, you could heat it up and then make the butter on the side, the miso butter on the side, and just pour it in on top.
Okay, so let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So we're going to start off with the sprouted quinoa and the bone broth. So you're going to want to put your bone broth in a pot, and you're going to want to just throw in your kombu and bring it to a boil.
Okay, got it.
As soon as it starts boiling, you can pour in your quinoa, put it on low, put the lid on, 15 minutes, voila, it's done.
So would you use that whole packet to like a cup of broth?
Yes. So I like to use 2 cups of bone broth, 1 cup of quinoa.
Okay, got it. So you simmer that for like 10 to 15 minutes and then it's ready.
Exactly. It's ready. And you can even turn the heat off and let it sit for 5 more minutes. Open it up, get a fork and kind of puff the quinoa, and it gives it a nice fluffy texture.
Right. And then part 2 comes in with what, the miso and the raw butter, yeah? So how do you do that?
Yes. So what we're going to be doing today is I already melted some raw butter on a low heat. And now I have a small mess strainer here. And we're just going to be adding some miso. So we do 2 parts butter, 1 part miso. So I put a tablespoon of raw butter and 1 tablespoon of miso paste.
Right.
Yeah, so you're just gonna put that in your strainer and you're gonna mix it in with the raw butter, and it's gonna create a really lovely paste. It's not gonna be fully liquidy. It just will be more so of like a condiment, kind of like a mustard, if you will.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so once that's all mixed together, you're gonna have a really beautiful paste that's just ready to kind of be poured over the quinoa.
Okay.
And we have our fresh quinoa here. Also, what I love to do is I love to get my piece of kombu, cut it up and throw it back into the quinoa so you don't waste it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely worth eating as well.
Yeah. So we
Great.
have the paste here and we're just going to pour it in over the quinoa. And you're just going to give it a nice stir until it is fully incorporated in all of the quinoa. And the quinoa already has such an amazing flavor from the bone broth. It's like salty and this just really makes it extra decadent and it makes you just crave it all the time. It's really good.
So yeah, you could use that for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, couldn't you? As you say, you just you sort of make enough for what, 2 to 3 days, just so that you can take it out and warm it up a little bit and add it to like other ingredients, other dishes, or have it as a breakfast and off you go.
Yep. And yeah, you can eat it by itself. You can add some veggies. You can even add a protein. It's really versatile. So that's why I love it. And it's already ready to go and done. So it's really simple, tastes so good, and it's just really easy to make.
Sounds great, Bella. See you next time.
Thanks, Roger. See you later.